Hi everyone, Lensman Oz here. Welcome to the first episode of my Modular Mayhem Let's Play series. Now, I thought I'd start out just creating a new world. Obviously, you don't want to start from anything else. I have tried this pack a little bit, not a great deal. Standard default world. This doesn't have biomes of plenty or anything in it. It does have more biomes, or it's got something in it. But yeah, so it's default world type. Seed's going to be MC LP2. This is my second Let's Play. Everything else is default, and let's see what we get. Now, this pack is a little bit different to the last one in that it's not a HQM pack. Anyone who's played this before can see it's got Galacticraft in it. So yeah, it's not a HQM pack, it's just a standard pack with a bit of a twist in that everything, or most of the packs, or most of the mods in the pack feature multi-blocks or have modular setups. Now you can see it's taking a little bit for the world to render in. These little sparkles in the distance, that's from one of the mods as well. So, a bit of sand falling over there. So we'll just start as you always do. Let's just quickly pick up the wood. Open your inventory. And we'll just grab some wood. And I thought while I was starting off finding somewhere to live, we'll just go through some of the main mods. I'm not going to go through every mod. There's a lot of your regular behind the scenes type mods, and yeah, there'll be a link in the description for the pack, and please follow that, play along if you like. The pack's been made by Iskandar. You might know him from the Crash Landing mod pack. He's the designer of that one, and I believe he's made another one in between. But this one, both of those were HQM packs, and this one is just I guess, as I said before, a pack with a difference. So I'll just go through a couple of these mods while I'm hunting down some wood and that. So we've got advanced generators. So there's no big reactors in it, but it does have advanced generators, which is, it's modular. So as the pack is, modular mayhem. You can build up to a certain size of reactor, or a generator I should say, by using component parts. We've also got Aura Cascade, which I haven't really played a lot with, but I've done a very basic amount, and it seems different. It's a little bit of a different way of doing things. So we've also got Chromatocraft, which is what this tree I'm breaking down now has come from, and the book I'm holding to break it down with. Chromatocraft is it's a magical mod, but it involves making some very large, and you can see there I've just got a bit of a insight into the pack there in the top corner. This is the knowledge unlock will pop up every time I learn something in Chromatocraft. It'll pop up on the top side there. It's a magic mod, lots of multi-block structures to get underway with, and to use the crafting patterns, and that requires a fair bit of work. So we'll get a little bit of this while we're going around, and I think these little berries that are dropping are edible. I don't know whether they cause any issues, but yeah. So what else we got? We got Engineer's Toolbox, which if you haven't seen before, is it's more of a one block. Well, not really one block, but you can have lots of different functionality from a single block. You can add modules onto each block to make it do certain things. You might have a solar panel generator on the top and an input on one side, etc. So we might get into that. I've used it a little bit before, not too much, but again, general purpose of me playing these packs is to learn new things, so why not? What else we got? We've got Central Craft. I don't know a lot about. Extra Utilities is in here, but Iskandar has disabled things like the quarry. So obviously the quarries are a single block power machine, really. I mean, anyone who's made a quarry, and even from my last series, you'd know that they are very powerful, and they're all contained in one block. So, in the, I guess in the spirit of the pack, it's been disabled. Get a look around here. What else we got? Galacticraft, as you saw from the starting. What else? We've got Hydraulicraft, Immersive Engineering. If you haven't seen Immersive Engineering, there's... Okay, that's weird. That's large multi-block structures. You know what? Should make an axe by now, shouldn't I? Let's just do that quickly. Okay. There's no Tinker's Construct in this pack. There is what was I going to say? There is thermal expansion, but that's not what I want. But it's just the background of it. It's not the entire amount. All the machines, well, some of the machines are disabled. There are a couple that are needed for some of the recipes, but a lot of it is disabled. What else we got? I do have a list here in front of me, but try not to do too much with the look down and die or something. That's so what we got? Immersive Engineering, yes, I just said that. Magnetic Craft, which I have played with a bit before, and I do enjoy using that, so I will get into that one. That's a again a multi-block setup, and quite enjoyed the last time I dabbled in it, so I'll be using that mainly, I think, for a lot of my processing of ores. What else? Matter Overdrive's in here. Again, another mod I haven't played a lot with. Modular armor, modular power suits. It's been a while since I played with modular power suits. Let me think. Back in probably 1.6.4 was the last time I used an actual modular power suit. What else? It's another Chromatocraft tree. You can see the tooltip up there. It's all scrambled because I don't actually know this type. We've also got, I think there's open modular turrets in here, which will be a bit of base protection, which will be good. Nuclear craft for a bit of end game power gen, I think. I believe it's fairly full on and things can explode. So last thing I want is, why can't I jump? Last thing I want is to blow the base up. In replacement for Tinker's Construct, there's a mod in here called Silence Gems. Now, it's similar in that it allows upgrades to tools. In a very similar way to Tinker's Construct. But I believe it also allows you to do it to vanilla tools, which is interesting. So, again, something to look into later. We'll try not to jump on the ground too much. Should really be looking for sheep, shouldn't I? No piggy. What is that? Is that Liquid Ender? Oh, yes. I have a pool of Liquid Ender. I don't know if that's a bug. Let's just go through here. I'm definitely going to put a waypoint of it for this. I might be able to scoop that up. Oop. Helps if I actually click new. Very strange. Anyway, so let's look around. I'll do the typical game start here. I'm gonna come back here. You. I'll find somewhere to live, and I'll come back again when I'm found a little area to set up shop. Back in a tick. Alright, and I'm back. Oop, what's going on here? Bit of a weird setup. There we go. Right, looking around, I kind kind of like this area, because I'm thinking a flatter sort of area will be needed. I mean, I know there's some hills here and that, but not sure. What I have found is this here, which you'll hear it, and I'm sorry if it's a bit loud. This is apparently an essential craft setup, I think. Not 100% sure, but these chests all have like essential craft bits and pieces and belts and rings. So I'm not... Oh, ender lilies. I've got a lot of junk in my inventory at the moment. Definitely take them. So I need to set up somewhere. Wow. Plutonium. Pizzas. Good source of food. So I was thinking somewhere in here I'm going to set up a bit something basic away from this noise, I guess. Wow, bit of redstone. I'll definitely come back here and grab the rest of this stuff later. Romulan ale. Never know when you need too much pizza. So perhaps there's a lot of mobs showing on my map here. Perhaps around here, or maybe over near that hill there. So I've got some ideas of what I want to do for power generation and the sort of area that I need to build the base in. You can see there's a couple of these little tower things off in the distance there, and but yeah, I'm gonna whack together your basic little house. One of the things I do want to do with this series is I want to do more on camera. Obviously the last series, because it was very I don't know, object orientated, you know, I had an objective for everything. And oh, by the way, this is meant to spawn. It's called an ender forest, which is let's see, see up here. Yeah, look down the bottom of the screen, and I don't know if you can read it in that on the thing. This biome is an ender forest. I think it's Extra Biomes XL is the one that adds that. No, is adding the biomes to this pack. So these are fully intended to spawn. So there's a ton of them around. You know, it definitely is going to come in handy. One of these blue. Another one of the trees. So the chromatocraft is you've got all 16 colours is used to make items. It's you know, as I said, it's a magic mod, and yeah, it uses the 16 colours that Minecraft has in it, and there's 16 different types. Alright, so we're looking. Oh, we've got a bit of a. It's just sort of a beach environment. Always wanted to live on the beach. Alright, still not 100% sure of where I want to lay down the roots, so to speak. So it's definitely going to be around here. I'm going to clear out an area and knock up a quick house. So I'll be right back. Right, so I built what can only be described as a lean-to. I just put some wood up against the side of the hill here. But I'm guessing it's somewhere underneath me. And you can see on the mini-map there, somewhere underneath me must be a cave. Keeps saying that I've got monsters nearby, and I mean there's tons of skellies out there. Tons. Maybe I've got a spawner underneath here somewhere, which might come in handy, but definitely a little bit annoying. For the fact that I want to sleep. I want to sleep. Yeah, well. So I figured we'll bury into the side of the hill here. I've made some stone tools. We'll get some copper. Start working towards finding some iron and getting a bit of a better setup. But as I said, I want to do a bit more on camera. The only thing I don't plan on doing on camera will be mining, I think, because you guys, well, I know myself, I find watching someone mine, and I say that as I'm digging up stone, I find watching someone mine a little bit boring. I have no idea what this stuff does. Lonesium. Whatever. Again, hydraulic craft, haven't done a lot with. I'll just get it out of my way for the moment. But yeah, just made a little bit of a chest. Turn some of these strawberries into strawberry seeds so I can plant them. I need a furnace. Get some dinner underway, I guess. Yeah, so general basic start. You know, I made some leather pants from some of the leather I bumping off some of those cows. Basic start. I might use this area here as a shaft down to go mining. Yeah, so I plan on using, as I said before, magnetic craft. Magnetic craft. This is pretty cool. It does require. I'm not sure if this oil source is actually enabled in the pack, but it does require thorium and tungsten, I think they are, to make some of the machines. But for make most of them, this pack, well, this mod does have large multi-blocks, and the way they're placed, as you can see here, this crusher, you make the crusher control block, and then when you put it down, you right click on it and it actually shows you the blueprint in game of where to put each block. So something like the crusher will require these multi-block chassis, and some of these in-out, so that's where your your input for your raw ore going in, and then your output for your crushed ore coming back out. This mod also has conveyor belts, but very similar to immersive engineering. So I'm hoping to use this mod because I did enjoy using it when I tested it out. It uses both heat and I guess power. It's a bit difficult to explain without starting to build it. So yeah, this is my plan to get underway is this. So I'm going to need to do a bunch of mining to get underway with all the ores we're going to need to build some of these machines. I do plan on trying to make things pretty, as I did. I don't think I can pull off another mage tower like I did, but I've got an idea of a nice big factory building. I've built something similar before in a single player game. Well, actually, it was a multiplayer. It was with my kids and on my off my PC here. But yeah, I've got an idea for that, and I'll probably build that. Just zoom back out. Probably build that off in this sort of direction here. Flatten the area out and build a big. I don't know. We'll work it out. We'll get there. It's going to take some doing to get started. And I have no idea what time of day it is. Let's do the little. It's looking like it's fairly daytime outside. Oh, yeah, and I've got to rebind that key, I think. Yeah, so I can door down. Yeah, obviously all those skellies are underneath here somewhere. I'm going to need to find where that is, or move the house, I guess. Yeah, it's just as I said, a lean-to on the side of the hill. And we'll get further into fleshing out a proper base as time goes on. You can see I've shows this sort of hollow here. We've got some a redwood forest up here. Some nice areas to go mining, I assume. But yeah, first trick will be to bulldoze the area. Oh, look, there we go. It's our little friend. Bulldoze the area, so to speak. repair. What are you? I have no idea what that is. Uh-oh. I don't know what sort of mob that is. He's probably going to kill me very effectively. Essential craft. Community entity wind mage. Yep. There we go. And where did I spawn? Oh, miles away. Yeah, that's a weird place to spawn. No, I wasn't able to sleep in the bed, so I guess that was the last place I had my bed down. Now I've got to get all the way back to where I was. Fun and games. So, yes, I might just cut it here and make my way back over there, back in a tick. And I'm back to where my body is. And you can see here we've got, I think it's lootable bodies. I forget the actual full name of the mod, but that's the, that's instead of gravestones, we've got lootable bodies. So you find your body lying on the ground, yeah, you can get all your inventory back. So I'm going to just jump back inside here. I really need to get down some of these entity tags in the ground here, which is a bit worrying, I think. Yeah, so as I said, start getting set up, get a bit of a farm going for some food, even though I've got 18 pizzas. I'll get some hemp growing, because that's going to be needed for immersive engineering. So yeah, I guess, you know, this may be a little bit of a shorter episode than the rest, but I want to do a bunch of mining, and yeah, we'll might just I'll go and check the length of the video that we're at so far, and I'll come back and maybe do some mining. And I'm back, and it looks like the I can see the player tag ding underneath me. It says Rogue Android, so I'm really looking forward to fighting him. I'm not sure what mod the androids are from. Let's have a quick look. Matter Overdrive. So I believe the idea is you can actually turn yourself into an android. It's Matter Overdrive, I believe, is vaguely referred to as the Star Trek mod. It's got phases and all sorts of bits and pieces. So that's going to be a bit of a downer for the bed placement, I think. So we've got lots of mobs underneath us here, and all I want to do is set my spawn point. Wow, tons of them. There are androids everywhere here. So I'm a little bit worried, and I hope they're not too tough. But what I thought I'd do just to finish off this episode is I'm going to use a mod called Ewi's, I guess it's Ewi's Workshop. It's an extension of Steve's Workshop. I think it's I believe it was done by the same person who does Steve's Carts, but it was done as a mod jam. From memory, it was done as a mod jam mod, and it hasn't really been looked after since then. So someone else has taken it over and has been updating it a little bit. So this workshop is pretty cool. You can have 4 different items in one work table. So in the case of this, you can have 4 furnaces or a crafting table and a couple of furnaces. So I'll show you what I mean. I'm gonna make one now. So that requires a couple of blank upgrades. So let's get this out of here, and we'll grab a little bit low on everything here. Let's throw these in here for now. I'm going to need some more wood for the next bit, but It requires these blank upgrades, which are just 2 stone, 2 wood. So let's just get the 2 stone here. Apologies if my microphone's gone a bit funny there. Okay, so 2 stone, 2 wood gets us the blank upgrade, and then I believe it's this, gets us the table. Now the table by itself doesn't do much at all, but when you place inside it, like a crafting table, so you can see here it's a blank area, and you can click this upgrades button, and then let's say you want a crafting table in the top left. You'll now have a crafting table in the top left. If you want 2, you can put another one here. If you want furnaces as well, so let's grab this guy out. Doesn't matter if I waste a little bit of wood there, sure we'll find some stuff soon. What you can do is you can put the furnace in there, and then I now have a furnace available while I'm crafting. And the cool thing with this is that it uses a combined fuel stock, so I can throw some items in here and it'll get a little bit of power. Again, this is almost broken, that should work. Let's throw that in there and this in here and get rid of some of the junk. But yeah, it has a combined fuel slot, so that anything I now put in here will use power from here. And there's plenty of things there's plenty of ways you can automate it. You can have a fuel input, you can have lots of upgrades here. So we've got auto crafter, storage. You can have storage on each of these. So for storage upgrade, let's have a look here. It's just a blank upgrade and a chest. So let's use this now. I'll get one more of these, and we'll make a couple of these upgrades. Use that up there. You can see how handy this is, just straight off the bat. Now I want to make a chest and this. And I can take that into upgrades and put that. If you see here, see when I hover over it, the boxes in the top left there highlight. That's just saying that this upgrade can be used in that slot. So you can see it can't be used with the furnace, but it can be used up here with the crafting table. So now when I go back to main, you can see it's actually got a bit of an inventory. So I can leave stuff in the table and they won't jump out. So much better than a vanilla table. I do believe if you break it, everything jumps out. Yep. So if I want to now move it over to here where, oh, hang on, I won't put it there, I'll leave a little bit of space. Put it here. I'll just put it back where I had it. Because what I want to do, I want to be able to, I guess, semi-automate it. So we can just put these upgrades back in for the moment. Put the table in first. There we go. I might as well back to main and make a second table. Put that up top. And let's make a second furnace. And put him there. So now I can have 2 things cooking, have 2 things crafting, and it's a little bit easier. There's plenty of upgrades you can do here. This one here, as you can see there when I hold shift, it upgrades the entire production table. It's an efficiency upgrade. So that what that means is that this improves the fuel efficiency of solid fuel top. So I can put that into upgrades down here in the global upgrades one, and it makes it so that anything that's using the solid fuel, so coal, etc., in this fuel slot, it's more efficient. You've got a lava one here, so you can use lava as upgrade. You've got solar power. Again, so if it's out in the sun, it can be charged by the sun, which means, if I maybe put a glass pane in the roof above where I am now, I'll put one of these on, I can get some power directly from the sun. So there's a bunch of different upgrades. Charger, speed upgrades, queuing. You can actually have a queue, so another box here where you can have a stack of cobble smelting, for example, and you can have another stack waiting to go in. Or what else we got? Transfer capacity and auto transfer. So what I can do is I can do an auto transfer, and I can put a chest. Let's make another chest. Alright, we can put that there. And how do I make this auto transfer one? Oh no, I'm not making that now. Requires gold or pale ingots, whatever they are. A couple of hoppers. So once I put that in, I can actually set it up in transfer here. I can set it up so that everything pops out, and even just says there, your right side when facing the front. Everything will push straight out there and into the chest. And then I can put a chest here, and I can have everything pull in from here and straight out. So you can make it just a quick smelting system if you want to smelt things without doubling them, I guess, at this point of the game. Straight in, smelted, straight out. Good little setup. And again, you can automate the fuel slot and all sorts of stuff. So yeah, I'll be using this a little bit, and I know it's the one block solution here, but as the pack says, modular, so it is modular. You can change what items go in, by changing what's in here. So with that, I think I'm going to call this the episode here. I'm going to do a bunch of mining. I'm going to try and find heaps of stuff, try and get rid of this, whatever it is that's allowing things to spawn underneath my little house here, because I do want to live here. I think this is a nice little area, and we'll come back in the next episode. Hopefully I've got some stuff to cook up, and we'll start working on our first machines, and possibly a better house than what I've got here. I mean, this is, again, very average, but who doesn't build a little hovel when they first start in Minecraft? You don't start a game and then go and build a grand castle. So this is it. This is home. Just wish I could sleep. Alright guys, I'll catch you in the next one. See yous.